steps back in amazement. Here I am, back again for now. So I'm gonna crack on. First though, get the kettle on. Haha. See yous in a bit.
Text coming in already on 81333. Let's take a look at this one. It's Dave at the allotment. Allotment Dave. It's Dave at the allotment.
Well, hello, I'm back again to do some work. And he's in a chair, I sure always is. Just getting the text, and I know who it's from. I'll read that in a minute, because like I say, I've got a day where I can do some allotment work. Paul has at her graft, so I can do what I want. But to be honest, the weather up in the northeast, especially, like, I think Newcastle seems to be the only place in the whole of Britain that hasn't had blazing sunshine. So I haven't been able to do anything. It's been grey and misty and foggy, raining, windy for the past month or so. So I've got plenty to do in the day. I have been up now and again for an hour or so, you know, so I haven't not been at all. But pointless filming things like that. Thanks for all the comments and concern, if I can call it that. I am okay. I have been just doing normal stuff. I'll tell you all about that later, and I've got a few other things to tell you about as well. So I'm going to have a wee cuppa. I haven't heard the gardening programme for a while. I hope it's still on. It should be. That starts soon. But there's a few bits and bobs for you to see. So I'll crack on. Right. First job to do, if you're going to use old pots, you need to clean them, because there could be anything on disease or anything. You don't want anything like that. So what I usually do, I prefer to use terracotta pots as well, because they're better. But they get stuck together. Yeah. But so I've just got a bucket of hot soapy water here. Gonna give them a good rinse out before I start sowing things. Like I say, well, especially the terracotta pots, they can harbour disease, you know. You don't want that. I mean, some of them don't need much cleaning. But I've noticed, I've been watching other people's videos, and they're well ahead of me. Like I say, that's because the weather up here has been terrible. And like I've always said, it's about 6 weeks before we get spring up here, which will be another 3 weeks or something. So there's plenty of time. There is stuff, like I say, growing. I can show you things in the greenhouse later on, which is always good. Oh. See, this one's quite old, so it needs these ones especially need a good clean. But like I say, the terracotta ones, try and use them. They hold in the water and everything, you know. You don't have to water as much, and well, they look nicer. I got these out of old John's garden, so Some of them are probably about 60 years old, I should imagine. As long as he kept them in good condition, mind. But as long as you keep washing them every year, you can use them every year for as long as you keep them, you know. Well, I've got quite a few of these to go through. I'm quite sure you don't want to sit there and watch us do this all the time, so dry my hands somehow. I have got some flowers there, I've got to sow them, and other things, you know, cabbage, the lot, things like that. So I'll have my cuppa now and crack on. I'm in the greenhouse. It's getting warm in here now, so spring's on its way. I'm going to take this down. I need to sort out a place for these because I'm going to build a little sort of place to put all my seedlings. So get this down. Snowing in that next week, now that I've taken this down. Probably kind of tiaras because of the wind, I'm not sure. Makes it much brighter now after this is down. Smashed down my plants there. Right, I'll stop filming and get this, because it's going to take a while. I'll show you what I've done after I've finished. So, back soon. Ta-da! So, it's warm in here now, like. So I've shifted them, these are going out of the greenhouse altogether because I'm going to build a little mini greenhouse out of these, and a little sort of thing there with the terracotta pots that I've got over. So after I've done that, I'll show you what I've been doing. Don't know if you can see my onions there, they're doing okay. Anyway, sun's out but it looks like it might rain, so I'll crack on with putting the kettle on. See you later. Okay, it's time to sow some seeds. I know everybody's well ahead of me, like, but there's always time. I don't really know why I'm showing you how to sow seeds, like, because everybody should know, but I'll just have a bit crack on while I'm doing it. I've washed out all these terracotta pots. I'm going to put some flower seeds in these, and I'll just use me little cups. The best way to put the holes in the bottom is by getting the candle and just dipping the candle over the cup over the candle for a bit, makes a little hole. Anyway, I like using these to put individual stuff on, so I'll crack on with that. These cabbages are greyhound. Can never get these things open. But the weather's been quite bad. It's quite warm in here today. Hopefully it's a sign of things to come. I haven't even started thinking about putting any potatoes or anything in the ground yet, like, because it's far too early for that. So I'm just getting my dibber. I've marked off a little notch there, which is just the right size hole to plant. Half an inch. You can probably hear the wind there, it's quite strong. Never had any bother with that Sahara desert sand, like. And quite a few people had and I still are getting problems with pollution. But I was looking at a few of my old videos. You know, I started making videos in 2012, and I just, out of curiosity, because I did start doing these videos for my own sort of personal use, you know, for like a video diary, just to see what would happen. And you cannot predict what Mother Nature's going to do at the end of the day, because last time, exactly to the near enough to the day, my onions hadn't even started growing, but my cabbages were this big, and I said, oh, you know, I know I've just started sowing my cabbages, but things have changed. You know, you cannot predict the weather. That's the only thing you can't do. I remember John, the old fella at the top there, he used to always tell us the best time, because I used to always like pester him about like learning how to grow stuff. And I was reading the comment by gardening in Norway, Halvor, and he was saying about how the old farmers used to sit, like pull their pants down and sit on the soil. Well, that's what he told us. Old John, his granddad, he was told of him round about in the 1930s easily. So it just shows you the old methods, they'll always come back. The old methods are the best. And I've noticed a few people these days as well seem to want to use peat-free compost. Well, to me it's personal, like, I don't know, but you need peat. That's the only way to grow stuff, you know. That peat-free stuff is just like council recycling bin stuff. That's no good. Well, I don't think it is anyway. It'd be interesting to hear anybody else's comments on that, but I always look at the back of the compost, whatever make it is, as long as it's like the one I've got now, it's 80% peat, which is great. Why do you think they used to use it in the old days? Like, that brings us back onto the old methods are always the best, you know. And things like people are like, you know, try and grow melons and stuff in like, especially in the northeast here. There's no chance. I've tried before in the past, you know, and it's like, oh, get in. You do grow a melon, but it's only get like that big, and it's useless. I don't know what it's like down south, but up here, there's no chance in the. That's what you gotta like. That's what we've got to remember around these parts is you cannot grow stuff which didn't used to grow here years ago. Like, you can't go wrong with potatoes, onions, you know, the basic everyday what you need sort of things. I'm just waffling on here now. I've done them, I'm just putting them in these little trays. Like I say, it's quite warm. So that's my cabbages done. And what I've done with these terracotta pots, I've already watered the compost in here. And I'll just put my cabbage seeds away. That's them done. Let's find me other things. I should really prepare, but I never do, as you all know. Right, so, as if you don't already know how, but that's the way I do it anyway. These are, I don't know, I can't read that. I'll tell you later. Just sprinkle them over the, you know, not loads. And then later on, when they get to say a couple inches tall, you can prick them out and put them into bigger pots. But like I say, most years are all probably going, well, I've done that months ago. I don't know. And then I just get a handful of compost, sprinkle that over the top, put them there so I remember, and I'll get some, what do you call them? Naming things. What do you call them things? Plant labels. I'll get some of them and put them on. Bit bloody bacon in this greenhouse here, so I'm going to have a cup of 5 minutes. Okay, it's tour time. Alright Annie, go home soon. Right, as I was saying in my last video about my fence, the council, it was only last Tuesday that they actually got back in contact with us. So as you can see, Robin's got his fence up there now. And I got an email back off the council saying we do not supply interior fences. Straight away I was going to type, whoa, what? Nah. But it says, as a gesture of goodwill, they'll supply us with 2 posts. So that's very kind of them, isn't it? Anyway, on with the tour. My rhubarb started to come up. Well, it's flying. Be getting some pickings off that soon. And I remember watching a video by Aaron, and he was on about his rhubarb that he had just planted and whether or not he should force it or not. Well, you can't force it, but to tell you the truth, I would just leave it and let it grow because it seems to taste better. You know, if it's been out for a bit. If it's been forced, it doesn't go so red, you know. I've had a little bit of a tidy up round the pond area as well. There's plenty of tadpoles in there. My bug hotel has become a frog restaurant, I think. I cannot see anything in there apart from frogs going in and out, so I'm not bothered about that. Only keep away from the door because it's going to hurt you. Let's see what's in there. There's frog spawn there, that was in a bucket. But there's loads of tadpoles in there. And all these orange flower things are starting to come up, as are the irises, the comfrey. And here's my chives. I put them on here because they were underneath there and I forgot about them. That pool pond thing's filled up now. my climbing rose is still climbing and growing nice, so that's a good sign. I've got another rose plant which I'll tell you about later, and I'm going to put it there so it'll climb up this side. There's a few flowers down there. The birds just left them behind. Aye, everything's starting to grow. Signs of spring up on the way for us in the toon, like. I have been up, I have managed to dig a little bit over. That side's just about done. So is this side, it just needs forking over. But the rain's knackered it. But so if it stays like this, and I noticed how the flag's blowing that way, but for the past 2 weeks it's been blowing the opposite way. So we've been getting southwesterly winds. That's what's been causing all of the freezing cold and bloody horrible weather. Anyway, the cabbages, look at these. Get out that thing. This one here hasn't been touched, and it's kind of big now, like. These ones have been nibbled on the side, but it just shows you they can withstand anything, like. And the same with these onions. Now they're growing, but I don't know whether to leave them in or not, because I don't know if they'll thicken up. But all these experiments of last year started to work, or have they? That is the question. There's all my comfrey. That comes up. There's some irises down there as well. This artichoke here, it's grew massive. All leaf at the minute, right? I don't know if there's any, there's no actual sign of any artichokes coming on yet, but I suppose there's still time. I've been busy in the greenhouse. I get out there, get in some shelter from the wind as well. Oh, that's better, nice and warm. So, what I've been doing, I've got some tomato plants there. They need to be potted on into bigger pots. Those ones are called Sweet Million. They're like a cherry tomato, they're really nice. I put some broad beans in there, and there's some more tomatoes. Shirley, they're ready to be potted on as well. And the onions, well, there are my shallots there, and the onions that I planted in the tray. See, they're all doing okay, like. Now with these cuttings here, with chrysanthemums, I wasn't sure what was happening. That one looks as though it's dead, but if you've noticed, just there's one coming up. So I will get some fresh cuttings this year. I will. Now, yeah, 2 rose bushes. Now remember, a few weeks ago, on my last video or whatever, I was asking if anybody knew if there was a certain, like a purple rose. Well, the pound shop, I went in there, pretty slow. I went in the other day and there was actually purple rose bush. So I found some, hopefully they'll grow. I've got one there, like I say, I'm going to plant it round because it's a climbing one, so should get some nice flowers off there, so fingers crossed it grows. Now what else? That's all me cabbages there. Underneath there is some marigolds. They are calendula, and they are Shirley poppies, and them are red Californian poppies. This is a Morning Glory. I'm going to put that out along the fence when I actually get them posts, like. That's why it's in here for now. My potatoes are there, and I seen in the pound shop as well, which I've never tried before doing this, mushroom kit. It's been in there a week now and it's starting to do something, so see how that goes. My potatoes are chitting there. they'll be ready to go out. But first earlies up here will be going out in round about Good Friday. That's like tradition. See if it works or not. Well, it should do. They're kestrel. I've also got some oysters, Maris Piper and Charlottes to go in. And behind here, my little cold frame within the greenhouse. There's more onions. Just get that thing out of the way. The onions there, potatoes and garlic. Now, let's see if I can zoom in, because it's all got this. Right. They're doing okay. Now, I've never ever tried them. 2 seconds, I'll just get this out here. Sorry about that. Now, I've never tried it like that before, but I watched last year Ian Knocklin, who got the best garlic I've ever seen, and he done it like that. So, Ian, I'm learning off you. But let's see what happens in the northeast. See if see what happens. I didn't get any garlic last year, so fingers crossed for that as well. Now these are my giant onions, the seeds that I got off Dan. It's really slow. This is the reason why I stopped growing onions from seed. They've just started getting the third leaf on there. So I don't know if that's good or bad or what, so let us know if you know anything. Like I say, it's the first time I've tried them from seed for years, because I never used to get anything from them. But I've got to give these a go, the special monster ones. Been using this today now. That's a good tool. That's an old-fashioned power tool, where the power comes from the biceps, just like Popeye. Back into the wind, there's Annie, waiting for our tea. I'm going to have a fire one day this week, get rid of all this now the frogs are all out and about. My greenhouse there, I haven't touched that. It's like I say, it's still really windy, so it's pointless doing anything to that until it's stopped. Hopefully it'll be alright within the next couple of weeks. So I'll have a bit I'll get out the wind for a bit. I can't speak. Now I put some sweet corn in about 10 days ago now, and I've looked at one of the seeds and I think they're knackered. I don't think they're going to work. So I'll give them another, say, a week, and if not, I've got some other ones I've started off on the kitchen windowsill. And I've also got some peppers there as well, so they should come out alright. These in here, this is coriander. That's quite nice. Don't mind a bit of that. So there's that's it, folks, for this week. Like I say, if I do things during the week, I'll film it. So there will be more regular allotment updates from now on. Fingers crossed. So I'll just sign off. Hope it's been interesting. What else can I say? Thanks very much for watching and subscribing and everything else. Cheers. Bye. Right, just while I wait for the kettle to boil and it's still late, I'm going to make the most of the daylight hours and blabber on for a bit. Give a sec. Now, I forgot to mention, and some of you are probably thinking, why have I not mentioned it? Well, because now it's just part of us. My beard, motorbike. My beard, I've been growing it now for 5 months. So I'm keeping it. I've trimmed the sides a bit, like, because I started looking a bit like Uncle Albert. Ha! So I didn't want that. That's the reason. One of the reasons why last time when I grew it, I didn't bother trimming the sides, and I did look like Uncle Albert, so I shaved it off. Another reason why I stopped growing it is because during the winter I was zipping my coat up, and the bloody hair's getting caught in my zip, and it knacked. So that's why. Ha! But this time I'm keeping it. And just while I'm yarping on, last month me and Paula went to it's a film and comic convention. Some of you might have been there to the one before. They travel all over the place. It was quite good. I got to meet Kat from Red Dwarf. If you've never watched that, it's a good programme. And the best of all was meeting Carl Weathers, who plays Apollo Creed in the Rocky films. I got my picture taken with him, and I'll post it at the end of the video. It's great. Paula got a picture taken with Kat. I'll put that picture on as well. It was quite good. But the only thing about places like that is you have to pay £15. Like, for an autograph it was £15, and for a picture it was £15 as well. So you're talking, there was about 20 different people there, so that's quite a bit of money to spend if you wanted to get everybody's autograph. But it was a good day out. I'll put some pictures up when I've finished the video. So now my cuppa's done. I'll drink this, finish my tab, and take Annie for a little walk. She's pretending to be asleep. Oh. Right then, folks, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully the sun will stay out and everyone's garden will be nice and green and bright. So see you all next time. Ta-ra!